The MCU has been leaving breadcrumbs for years. Every post-credit scene since Endgame has been building towards something bigger. It turns out that the feeling of disconnection between recent projects is intentional. That's where Marvel becomes more than just superhero films. The gradual realization that something is fracturing across reality itself. So here's what I think is actually going to happen. Avengers Doomsday will begin with the aftermath of an interdimensional breach. The Fantastic Four arrive from their universe, Earth 828, to warn our heroes about a threat that transcends universes. Their world is dying, and the same fate awaits Earth 616, the main MCU timeline. Reed Richards will explain that someone has kidnapped his son. If you've read the comics, you'll know that this kid possesses reality-altering powers beyond comprehension, making him the most powerful being in the universe, and now he's in the hands of Dr. Doom. This explains Marvel's most shocking casting decision. Robert Downey Jr. isn't playing a masked villain who stays hidden throughout the film. His face will be revealed early on, Doom using the child's powers to restore his scarred appearance. This allows Marvel to leverage Downey's charisma and acting range while creating an emotional gut punch for audiences and characters seeing Tony Stark's face on their greatest villain. Every Marvel fan will feel cognitive dissonance. It hurts to see the beloved hero's face on a villain. Marvel knows this. They're counting on it. The emotional whiplash of seeing Downey return not as a hero, but as the ultimate threat. The heroes gather to assess this multiversal crisis. Sam Wilson's Captain America, Shuri's Black Panther, Thor, and others try to understand what's happening as reality itself begins to fracture around them. And as they investigate these fractures, we discover something. It's not just a bunch of random anomalies, it's a deliberate plan unfolding across multiple universes, evidence that someone is accelerating the natural decay between realities. The investigation leads to a shocking revelation. Suddenly, they're facing evidence of other universes, worlds they thought were just fiction. The X-Men universe, the Sony Spider-Verse, realities they never knew existed. But they're not alone in this discovery. In the shadows, Dr. Doom watches, and his intentions are clear. The multiverse is dying. I'm not destroying it, I'm saving what can be saved. The multiverse is collapsing. The incursions between universes are increasing, and Doom believes there's only one solution: controlled destruction and selective preservation. Create a single reality from the best parts of dying universes. But like all of Marvel's best villains, Doom doesn't think of himself as a destroyer. In the same way Thanos thought that having the population of the world was for a great good, Doom believes that he's a savior. In his mind, this isn't evil, it's necessary. If most universes are doomed anyway, why not make sure what matters most survives and become the architect of what remains? Getting Robert Downey Jr. back reportedly cost around $100 million, and so they wouldn't want to risk that money by doing something different. It's why they also went to the tried and tested Russo brothers to direct these films. They're going to play it safe and repeat exactly what we liked about Infinity War and Endgame, but far grander this time because of the multiverse. Here's where my theory takes a completely different turn to some of the other predictions. Doom isn't just randomly selecting universes to preserve, he's searching for components of what ancient texts call the cosmic equation, a mathematical formula that, when completed, would allow its wielder to rewrite the fundamental laws of reality itself. This cosmic equation exists in fragments across different universes, each piece hidden in artifacts of immense power. In our universe, it was the Mind Stone. In the X-Men universe, it's hidden within Cerebro's core programming. In another reality, it's encoded in the negative zone gateway that the Fantastic Four discovered. In another parallel, or should we say rhyme, Disney owns Lucasfilm too, after all. With Thanos and the Infinity Stone saga, Doom believes that by collecting these components and solving the equation, he can create a perfect universe, without suffering, without chaos, without the random cruelty that took his mother's life and scarred his face. a universe with order, his order, once again following the Thanos blueprint. And this is why he needs Franklin Richards. The boy's reality warping abilities are the perfect conduit for implementing the equation once it's complete. Franklin is the key that turns the lock. This is where Marvel's master plan becomes clear. Doom doesn't just target random universes. He specifically breaches the reality where the X-Men exist, the Fox universe. This explains why Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, and other original X-Men actors are said to be returning. The X-Men's world is already dying. It's a universe on borrowed time. Doom arrives not just as a conqueror, but as a harbinger of inevitable doom. He attacks their sanctuary, not out of malice, but to acquire something specific: Cerebro, Xavier's mutant locating device. With modifications, this technology could locate specific individuals across the multiverse, and Doom is hunting someone particular, Loki, who currently controls the sacred timeline. The X-Men resist, naturally. A spectacular battle ensues, but ultimately some mutants fall, while others reluctantly join Doom, believing his claim that he's saving what can be saved from inevitable destruction. Meanwhile, our MCU heroes discover someone is trapped in the X-Men's universe, a character who was left behind during the events of a previous film. This creates the perfect narrative reason for the Avengers to cross into the X-Men's reality. America Chavez, with her universe-hopping abilities, opens a portal. The Avengers enter the X-Men's world, expecting allies but finding hostility instead. Each side misunderstands the other's intentions. The X-Men believe these strangers have come to destroy what remains of their world. The Avengers believe the X-Men are working with Doom. Now, another thing that worked well in previous Marvel movies kicks off. A hero versus hero battle like the Guardians versus Avengers or Thor versus Captain America in the first Avengers movie. This time it's the Avengers and Fantastic Four versus the X-Men. In the chaos, Reed Richards realizes the truth. This was all orchestrated by Doom to keep them distracted. But what neither the heroes nor Doom realize is that there's a third player in this cosmic game, one who has been manipulating events from the shadows, a being of immense power who is critical to the way the version of this story plays out in the comics: the Beyonder. The Beyonder has been watching the universe collapse with detached curiosity. To him, these universes are like elaborate experiments, and their destruction presents an opportunity to create something new, something even more entertaining. The Beyonder has been subtly guiding Doom toward the cosmic equation fragments, not because he wants Doom to succeed, but because he wants to see what happens when a mortal attempts to wield that much power. It's all a game to him, a cosmic chess match with living pieces. And the Beyonder has been leaving his own clues. Strange anomalies that don't fit Doom's pattern. Impossible structures appearing in the void between universes. Messages encoded in the fabric of reality itself that only the most brilliant minds like Reed Richards might decipher. These clues lead to a shocking revelation. The multiverse isn't collapsing naturally. The Beyonder is making it collapse, creating the crisis that Doom is trying to solve. And he's doing it because he wants to see who will survive, who will rise to the challenge, who is worthy of existing in whatever comes next. While the heroes fight each other, Doom executes the next phase of his plan. He travels to the universe where Wanda Maximoff died during the events of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Using the reality warping powers of Reed's son, Doom resurrects Wanda. Doom positions himself as her savior, manipulating her into becoming his ally by painting the Avengers as abandoning her. With Wanda's chaos magic and the reality-altering powers of Reed's son, Doom now has the means to reshape existence itself. But he still needs one final piece: Loki. The moment Thor realizes his brother is Doom's target, everything changes. This becomes personal. The scattered heroes, Avengers and X-Men alike, finally understand they're facing a common threat. They unite, but Doom is already steps ahead. He reached the Citadel at the end of time, the headquarters of the TVA and the nexus of all timelines. As the heroes mount a desperate assault, Doom unleashes everything in his arsenal: advanced Doom bots, corrupted variants of familiar heroes, and cosmic forces beyond comprehension. The final battle spans multiple realities simultaneously. Some heroes defend Earth from collateral damage. Others, led by Thor, storm the Citadel to stop Doom from capturing Loki and seizing control of the timeline. But they're too late. Doom overpowers Loki, absorbs the knowledge he sought, and gains control of the fundamental forces that separate realities. In a moment that will shock audiences, he kills Thor, understanding that to become the god he aspires to be, he must remove the actual gods standing in his way. Reality fractures completely. The multiverse shatters, and from the fragments, Doom begins constructing something new: Battle World, a patchwork reality made from pieces of dying universes, with Doom as its supreme ruler. As Doom stands triumphant amid the ruins of reality, assembling his battle world, a blinding light appears. The Beyonder finally reveals himself, not as the cosmic entity from the comics, but as someone far more shocking: a variant of Tony Stark. This Tony Stark evolved beyond his humanity, transcending time and space after discovering the cosmic equation in his own universe. He became the Beyonder, a being who could observe and manipulate the multiverse at will, and he's been watching Doom, testing him, seeing if this variant is worthy. The Beyonder explains that he orchestrated everything: the incursions, the collapse, even guiding Doom to Franklin Richards, all to find someone capable of wielding the cosmic equation responsibly, someone who could rebuild reality better than before. But Doom has failed the test. His methods were too brutal, his vision too narrow. The Beyonder dismisses him with a wave of his hand, stripping away the power Doom has accumulated. In desperation, Doom uses his last remaining energy to attack the Beyonder. The clash of these two titans, both wearing the face of Tony Stark, creates a paradox that tears apart what remains of reality. As the Beyonder and Doom battle across what remains of the multiverse, our heroes make a desperate final stand. The heroes combine powers to try and stop him. Thor hits Captain America's shield with his hammer to create a sonic boom. Doom hardly flinches. Captain Marvel drops a spaceship on the Beyonder. He brushes it aside. Nothing works. They're both fixated on killing each other. The Avengers are little more than annoying gnats to them. Reed Richards, working with the surviving heroes, realizes something crucial. The cosmic equation isn't just a weapon, it's a blueprint, the mathematical formula that defines reality itself. With the help of Franklin Richards, Doctor Strange, and the combined knowledge of the greatest minds from multiple universes, they begin to understand the equation that both Doom and the Beyonder have been fighting over. In the climactic moment, as Doom and the Beyonder's battle threatens to erase what little remains of reality, Franklin Richards steps forward. The young boy, whose powers have been growing throughout the film, channels the combined will of the surviving heroes and implements his own version of the cosmic equation. Reality shifts. When the light fades, we see a new universe forming. Not one ruled by Doom or the Beyonder, but one created from the hopes and memories of our heroes. A universe where the best elements of each reality coexist. But there's a cost. To stabilize this new reality, someone must remain at its center, constantly maintaining the delicate balance between universes. Franklin volunteers, but Reed refuses to lose his son. Instead, in the most shocking twist of all, the two variants of Tony Stark, Doom, and the Beyonder are merged into a single entity and bound to the center of the new multiverse. Neither fully Doom nor fully Beyonder. This new being becomes the living fulcrum upon which the new reality balances, a cosmic guardian with the face of the MCU's first hero. The film ends with our heroes awakening in this new combined reality, a world where mutants have always existed alongside the Avengers, where the Fantastic Four are established heroes, where characters once separated by studio rights now coexist in a single coherent universe. But in the final scene, we see a figure watching from the shadows, the merged Doom Beyonder entity now calling himself the Maker, observing his handiwork with calculating eyes. He touches a control panel, and we see that this new reality is just one of many he's monitoring. suggesting that while he appears contained, his true power and agenda remain unknown. The screen cuts to black, setting up Secret Wars as the true culmination of this cosmic saga. And if you like this video, you may like this video where I figure out 99.9% of Avengers Doomsday's plot.